Oh, man. Oh, man. Come on. Man. What is it? What? They're ruining a classic.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Ruining a Classic. We are still in podcast form. We are at the end of our holiday run, and we are ruining what is arguably the most classic of all the modern holiday films, the Will Ferrell vehicle, Elf. Pete, what do you think about Elf?
I love Elf, but one thing that I would like to promote is 8 Mile Vodka, who is our sponsor, and Darn Larson's Bar in historic Monroe, Michigan.
8 Mile Vodka, Larson's Bar go together like Larson's and a cheeseburger, Christmas and elves,
Peanut
snow
butter
and flakes,
jelly.
you know, whatever.
Anyways, so we start out with Papa Elf telling the story. Now, Papa Elf
Played
adopts
beautifully by Bob Newhart, by the way.
It is beautifully. Now, Buddy the Elf is a human who somehow makes his way onto Santa's sleigh one night. He's an orphan. Gets onto the sleigh.
He crawls in the bag, boom, 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 boom. He is raised by the elves. He is a clearly human non-elf living in the world of elves. He finds out that at one point, let's assume in his elf 20s or 30s, he has a real human dad, and he's sent to New York. But this is where, again, if you remember a few weeks ago, I literally called out that Elf, Rudolph, all the Rankin and Bass claymations are of the same thing. Again, it's a little windy. You're going to hear some clickety-clack. We are once again out on the Larson's Bar patio. Thank you, Donald, for letting us record out here. But
now, Buddy
I
the
have to
Elf.
assume.
Buddy the Elf.
I have to assume that Elf and the Rankin and Bass are in the same universe because, again, like
100%.
I said in the Rudolph episode, like we realize that elves have a very sugary diet and they need a dentist like Herbie, but like then we're dealt with Elf.
Yeah, the elves have what? 4 food groups? Candy canes, candy corns, and syrup.
Yeah, like it's all sugar based, and like
their
as a
teeth are
fat guy,
rotten.
I respect it.
Yeah, you respect it. But Buddy the Elf, we're going to progress the story. Now, Buddy the Elf realizes he's a human. His dad, Walter Hobbs, lives in New York and
is a children's book, like, not even writer, but like publisher, like agent, like of some.
He does something with children's books, but he's on the naughty list.
He is, because he no longer believes in Santa.
So Buddy is like, I got to go save my dad, right?
Yes.
So Buddy goes from the North Pole by Mr. Narwhal. And he goes through fucking.
Bye, buddy.
He goes through fucking
Hope you find your
Candyland.
dad.
He goes through Candyland, like the molasses fucking moat, the fucking gumdrop forest. All of a sudden, he's in New York.
Hey, Peter, can I really destroy the movie real quick?
Yeah, destroy the fuck out of it.
Since it is ruining classic.
Do your thing.
Granted, it came out. It came out before Step Brothers. Actually, it did, didn't it?
It sure did. Yeah, John Favreau decided after Swingers that he was going to make a holiday fucking classic.
Elf is secretly the prequel to Step Brothers. Again, another Will Ferrell vehicle, I guess. And that's a hill I want to die on.
That you can die on that hill, but
no,
let's progress the story. Buddy the Elf makes it to New York.
He makes it to New York.
Somehow finds where Walter Hobbs works, and he gets in an elevator and makes a fucking Christmas tree to get up to the whatever floor his dad's on, and goes in, says, "Hey, it's me, Buddy." Like James Caan just all of a sudden.
Like I'm supposed to know. Like James Caan. Hey, yo, I'm James Caan. I'm supposed to know this guy's my. You know what, Peter? I honestly actually can't ruin this movie. Outside of the fact that I will live and die on the hill.
I love this movie, but I can ruin it.
That it is the prequel to Step Brothers. This is our generation's modern Christmas classic.
I love this movie.
And as much as I wanted to destroy it,
but I'll ruin it.
I can't ruin it. I mean, Zooey Deschanel is wonderful in it.
Zooey Deschanel as Jovi, who her water gets shut off, so she's showering at Gimbel's, where Buddy the Elf just makes like a Harry Potter fucking New York style Lego spread.
As he is wanting to do.
He does the whole thing, and then Faison Love comes out and he's like, "Hey, did you guys see who did this? And
Did you
Buddy's
actually-
like, I don't know.
Hey, did you actually know that Faison Love's character was supposed to be played by Wanda Sykes?
I sure did, because his
And
name
that's why
tag
his
says
name tag
Wanda.
in the movie says Wanda.
Sure did.
Pete,
Anyway.
and again, you're bringing up all these great parts of this movie, but it's hard for me to ruin it because, like, per my childhood, like, this is what I have as a modern classic.
My childhood is the same childhood as yours, but we forward the story, and Buddy goes to jail, and he calls his dad to bail him out. His
And-
dad brings him out, and he goes, Susan Wells, and his dad's just like, oh shit,
Oh,
I
shit,
came
this
inside that girl.
motherfucker.
He's like, I came inside her in the 70s.
Allegedly, maybe 80s, you know, whatever.
Whatever era it was, but Walter Hobbs knew. James Caan's like, oh shit.
Santa comes to New York. Again, like, I could spend a lot of time
Hold on,
dissecting.
you're missing one key element when Buddy goes to the house. Like, James Caan's like, all right, maybe you're my kid. Well, he goes to the doctor with Jon Favreau. Who's the doctor?
The pediatrician played by Jon Favreau.
pediatrician played by Jon Favreau, who does a DNA test, which, if you're in the modern era, a DNA test takes, what, 2-3 weeks to get back? And he comes out in 15 seconds and goes,
Well,
it's
unless-
a boy?
Unless you're also on the Maury Povich show.
I don't care what Maury Povich show you're on. They prolong that stuff.
Well, whatever. I've seen a lot of DNA tests on that show. So, anyways, back to
Anyways.
Christmas.
He's eating cotton balls, which he loves sugar.
He
Cotton
thinks
balls
they're
have
cotton
zero
candy.
sugar in them. Anyways, he goes home and he meets the family, which James Caan has a son who's like 12.
He wants
Right?
a Huffboard for Christmas.
He wants a Huffboard for Christmas.
That's not a real skateboard. It's a former skate
Whatever
punk.
it is. But I want to point out that they are walking home from school and there's like
Oh, that
19
huge snowball
bullies.
fight? That
There's
snowball fight?
the snowball fight, which Buddy like makes like 40 snowballs in 10 seconds, and you're gonna tell me that he picked up elf culture of that nature where he can make snowballs, but he couldn't make a fucking Etch-a-Sketch?
Don't assume elf culture, brother.
I'm just saying, you pick up the snowballs, but you can't pick up making toys? Go work for the Keebler elves then.
Wow. The Keebler elves make phenomenal cookies.
They
I
do.
love
They
fudge
have a
stripes.
variety of
But
very good cookies.
I
You know who
just-
else makes a great product? Is 8 Mile Vodka.
Big facts.
Big facts.
facts. A local vodka produced from the finest ingredients, smoother than any other premium, sub-premium, or call level vodka out there.
Anyways, we're gonna
I'm a
progress the
bartender and
story.
I'm saying this. It's
Let's progress the story, but Buddy takes Jovi out on a date to the world's
Jovi,
best cup
played
of
by
coffee.
Zoe Deschanel.
Anyways, he shows her a good time, like spinning doors, like goes on escalators and
The
stuff.
world's greatest cup of coffee.
And he's in love, and he goes and tells his dad, like, which you want to tell your dad.
I'm
if
in
you're
love, and I
And
don't care
who knows it. And Peter Dinklage
Hold on.
from
Pete,
Game of Thrones.
Pete,
Yeah.
have you ever been in love?
I'm in love right now. I have a fiance.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you think maybe one day I'll find love again?
I 100% know that you'll find love.
Thank you, Peter.
But
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage is Miles Finch, who is the world-renowned
world's
children's book
preeminent
author
children's author.
from Game of Thrones. And he's like, "Hey, I didn't know elves were here." And it's like, "Wow, we're really gonna like
Sets him
dig into
off.
like little people and like,
like we're gonna really get into little people.
we're really getting into it.
Not racism, but
Some kind of schism."
some kind of schism. Some kind of schism is
So
what we'll
he's
call
like,
it.
he's an angry elf, and Peter Dinklage is like, "Call me elf one more time," and he like, it's the worst fight scene I've ever seen from like someone.
Because Will Ferrell's actually like 6'5".
And Peter
I
Dinklage
don't
is like,
think people realize
not
how
6'5".
tall Will Ferrell is. Peter Dinklage is about 3'5".
but the whole thing is they bring in Peter Dinklage because Walter Hobbs was like, fuck it, we got a pigeon and a puppy, and we're gonna cut out the last 2 pages, and it's like, all right, I don't care if these kids are 2 or 5, like
We're
the
gonna
parents
finish
are
this
reading the
novel.
books.
So
Anyways.
I mean, we get to the penultimate. I mean, in an arc of the movie, seeing the main conflict. Buddy the elf runs away. He goes into Central Park. It's Christmas Eve. The Central
Yeah,
Park
he's in
Rangers
Central
are
Park.
tracking him. Santa's sled crashes in Central Park because there's not enough holiday cheer. And we all know the best way to spread holiday cheer
It's
is
for
to sing
singing
it
loud for all to hear. And I'd like to point out, He's in Central Park, and the bird lady from Home Alone 2
Is
does
nowhere
not
to be
show
seen.
fucking up. What is going on there?
So Home Alone is not canonical to the Elf franchise.
Now,
But
Buddy has worked on this sled
before,
with Papa Elf.
and there is a secret to get it to boost without the Christmas cheer to lift it. But they need the Christmas cheer of everybody singing aloud. So the people just outside of Central Park saying, "Oh, you better not Santa Claus is coming to town." They go through that rigmarole.
And I want to backtrack 1 second because
Zooey Deschanel is sexy.
Zooey Deschanel is sexy, but one plot point is she doesn't have fucking water in her apartment. But in this scenario, she's watching TV before she goes to see Buddy, and she's eating ramen noodles. How the fuck do you make ramen noodles?
Well,
with
it's winter.
Water, right? You
winter.
make ramen noodles with water, right?
It's winter. There's snow.
She's not picking up snow out of the. She's not that
Zooey
tactical.
Deschanel would have 100%
You think
pick
Joey
up snow.
Deschanel is a fucking
100.
Navy SEAL,
100.
and she's just out there scooping up cups of water?
I don't think she's a Navy SEAL,
snow.
but I think she's a magical creature that would just pick up snow to make her
No, she's
ramen
magical.
noodles.
She's a new girl, but it's fine. But anyways, the fact that the sled won't fly unless everyone in New York is singing and James Caan is just the only one that's mouthing words, and they're like, "Hey, if you sing," and then all of a sudden he sings, "Santa Claus is coming to town," and then Santa's sled just
Boom.
takes off.
Hold on. Can we also talk about the theme from Elf and the theme from another modern classic, the Polar Express? Bum, 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 bum. We're drunk and we're loosely basing it, but
We are, and the other
the theme from Elf and the theme from the Polar Express are musically the same song.
Anyways.
Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. I'm drunk.
I don't know. One other
But
minor.
listen to
Hold
them
on. One
and
other
you'll
minor.
understand what
Wait.
I'm
One
saying.
other minor pothole in this movie is the fact that Michael is a Jets fan. No one is a fucking
No one's
Jets
a Jets fan.
Who's a Jets fan?
Not even at this point in
Joe
time.
Montana is not a Jets fan at this point.
Even in this, we're talking 2005. Nobody gives a shit about the Jets.
But we save Christmas. Buddy marries Jovi. They have a
Played
kid.
by Zooey Deschanel.
And
who is very
Walter
attractive.
Hobbs quit his job, and then all of a sudden he just
Started his own book
corners the
publishing.
game on the kids book industry, which I'm trying to corner myself.
What Peter and I are trying to say is a modern classic for our generation, but we got a lot of problems with it.
A lot of problems. I will say I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 shots.
You know what? I was actually still going to give it 4 out of 5.
I will.
Because of our generation, this is the classic.
It's Will
And
Ferrell. He cornered the market on the 2010s.
It's Will Ferrell and it's Zooey Deschanel.
So, me and Welly,
4 out of 5.
we ruined a classic,
We ruined a classic.
but it was worth it.
We also wish you all a Merry Christmas.
And a happy
Happy
Hanukkah,
New Year,
happy
Hanukkah,
Kwanzaa, and any other holidays that
whatever our
happen
people
in December.
follow. We understand that this run has been Christmas movies, but we we recognize all of the major winter holidays. We wish anybody, whoever follows what, a happy, joyous, whatever they are.
And we hope that you
It's
have a
the
good
end of the year.
new year.
It's going to be the start of the new year. It's the time to start again. Just enjoy your holidays. Enjoy the start of the new year. We love you all. Like, subscribe, smash that share
And
button.
just know, Don Larson's Bar, 8 Mile Vodka, and Ruining the Classic, we're coming in strong for the first of the year. Don't sleep on us because we're coming with many more movies to fucking ruin.
And also, again, remember the main theme from Elf and the Polar Express are the same song.
And to all a good night. Cut.